Okay, so today I'm going to start on a watercolor painting. I'm also going to use colored pencils later, but first I like to get the watercolor down first because the watercolor sometimes doesn't adhere to where colored pencils are. So I have to do the watercolor first and then the colored pencils. So we're going to do mixed media today. And I am going to use the DeWitt colored pencils that are actually watercolor pencils. So what you're seeing right here are the pencils. These are the ones I use, and I don't know how many are in there, maybe 120, but I love them because they have different ones and a big variety of colors. So I'm gonna point my camera down so you can see what I'm working on. Okay, there's kind of weird shadows going on, but I think where I'm painting you can pretty much see. Now, today I'm going to paint my granddaughter Neela. So every year my daughter does all of our makeup and we do costumes, and it is oh, my mind's a blank, a zombie crawl. So this year the theme was clown zombie crawl. So she's a zombie but also a clown, and she really gets into the character. So she's growling here and her hand's coming off, but she's making a like look. So I think it's going to be a fun picture. I'm going to do it on a 12 by 12, so it's a lot larger, and I think this will be a really fun one to paint. I haven't really tackled anything like this before, but we'll see. We'll just learn together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these colored pencils that are also watercolor. And, well, actually, let me step it down. What I've done is I've traced the size I want onto a pad of, let me grab the kind it is. The paper is this Aquarello watercolor paper, and it is extra white, and it also is 140 pounds. I like it because the surface is fairly smooth, so when I do my colored pencils on it, it won't look real bumpy and rough like some watercolor. It has a really hard texture. So this is like a hot press because it's real nice and smooth. It's also on a pad, so I don't have to worry about, sometimes when you do watercolor and you paint the paper wrinkles, and so you want to tape it down on a hard, steady board. Well, this board it has like glue on the sides of it. Let me see if I can see. On this side, on all four sides, there's kind of a glue. And then there's one side that isn't glued, and you kind of get a knife and take it apart when you're done. That way, as I'm painting and it gets wet, it'll stay flat. And then later when you want to frame it, you'll have a nice flat surface. So what I'm going to do first is paint her face, because we have the dark hair going over and we have these bright colors. But what I'm going to do now, and she also has white makeup on to look like a zombie. So right now, I'm going to start painting the peach color part of her skin. You can see her ears and her neck and her forehead have been still peach. And then I'm going to do some grays. So I'll leave the white paper white where it's white, but there's also a lot of gray shadowing. So I'm going to do that. And these pencils are great because you just lightly color where you want, and then you come back and get water, and just paint on it. It just makes it magically watercolor. And what I always have at my desk, I don't know if you can see here, but I have water. This is a Dixie cup. I have water. And then this is like a Dixie bowl. You can do anything. And I have water in two waters. One is to clean my brush and a paper towel. One is to clean my brush, and the other is to, if I want some really clean, nice water, I dip my clean brush in it, and I can put water on my paper. So these pencils, this one is the DeWitt Watercolor Flesh Pink number 16. It's really nice because, like I said, you can just do a little bit of pencil where you want the flesh color, like up here on her forehead. Okay, so I'm going to start. I wonder if this is going to show up good, or if I need to. Let me zoom in on this. I think I can zoom in on this. That way you'll see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay, we want the wide. Yeah, okay, that, and I don't know if the color's looking good. Let me get that where you can see. That's where I'm at. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to start coloring up here. And you really can't see this because it's a really light color, but it'll be more of the true color when I add water to it. You don't want to do too much. It's better to do light colored layers and let it dry and then go with a darker color and slowly build up. That's one thing I'm not crazy about the pencil watercolor is that sometimes if you do too much water, later, when you do a second layer, it kind of washes off what you just put on there. So just regular watercolor works better for that, but I like the control of this. I'm putting it exactly where I want to put it. So I'm kind of a control freak, so it's kind of nice. These pencils kind of let me do fun watercolor, but I still have that control of what I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be exact because you're going to use your paintbrush and really smooth it out and let it carry around. So sometimes you'll just paint one area and then use water and bring it out. I know that sounds confusing, but you'll understand when I start doing it. So her ears and forehead and neck are all this peach color. So that's all I'm doing right now is just the peach. I say peach, I mean flesh, her skin. Okay, and her neck over here. Kind of doing it solid because this is a really light flesh color. So the whole area that's flesh, I'm just doing this, I'm just coloring it in solid. And I'm not really worried about actually even the direction of my pencil because when I get the watercolor, the water on it, it'll just smooth it out. But I do want to do a sharp edge where the color would meet something else. Now, the bad thing about watercolor is that you have to let every layer dry before you start on another layer. There's a little bit of peach color under her eye because her mom didn't want to put makeup right along there. So I'm getting this and putting the flesh color on her eyelids, right? Her lower eyelid and a little bit of her upper eyelid. Doesn't have any gray on it. I'm probably going to add a little bit of maybe pink and brown to it later. But right now, I think that's good. I'm also going to do the inside of her mouth a fleshy color to start building it up. It's really pink and kind of black and gray, but we'll start out with this flesh color to give it a little more depth. You don't want anything just to have one color on it. It looks really nice if you slowly build up. And of course, it won't look good at first until you really do build it up. All right, there's some areas that's more pink, but I'm gonna go ahead and put flesh color in it. Because under here where her lip is, let's see, wait a minute. Yeah, this looks kind of pink. So we're gonna make that be pink. It looks like she had 2 missing teeth there. That's cute. Okay, that's orange, this is the pink. I don't want to accidentally color in the teeth. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Actually, inside her lip here has some flesh color. A little bit of flesh color here. She has orange on her lips, but I think there's a little bit of peach. Okay, I think I've done all the peach I want. So now I'm going to get a paintbrush. And depending on the size area, it depends on the size brush you want. This is a number 6, but you could use bigger. You don't really want to do smaller because if it's small, it just makes a lot of lines. So, and I'm dipping it in the water. Doesn't matter what water now because they're both clean. And then I'm going to apply, I don't want too much water. I think it's a little too drippy. Okay, so now I'm gonna, again, this is such a light color. It almost looks like it's just white, but I'm gonna add some brown to it later and it'll show up more. This is just a real light flesh. And it may not show up well. Well, I guess it does a little bit. To say it may not show up well on the, let me get some more water, on the camera, but it's just a little bit darker than the paper. And I kind of went over the line here where the hair is. It doesn't matter because the hair's a lot darker, so that will totally cover that up. But I am going to be careful here. I don't want her ear color a little bit too much. So I'm just staying right in the lines. Now it looks like I really didn't do anything, but this will be a nice light base color. And it is a real light color. And like I said, you just slowly build up. That's another good thing about this brush. It has kind of a point on it. So I'm able to stay right in those lines, except there's a hair on it. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do the eyes there. And her mouth. We'll color that all in. Try not to get any on the teeth, because her teeth are really pretty white. Although some of them are in shadow, so we'll make them gray. But I don't want any peach color on them. Sometimes I erase these pencil lines because they get a little too dark, but I think with all the other colors I'm adding, it's okay to have that there. Okay, now I'm going to do her neck. And we have to let this dry in between each stage. So I'm gonna, when I get through with this, I'm gonna turn off the camera and resume once it's dry, and we'll do the next layer of color. Okay. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but I've colored in or used my water on those areas, and it's sprinkling a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm gonna wash my brush and dry it, and I will start again shortly. So see you soon. Oh, I gotta scroll that down. Okay.